Everybody deserves a new fresh haircut every once in a while, even our furry friends. This morning, Ansley Watson is learning about dog grooming. Oh, you got a new friend. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. Yes, this is Molly. How cute is she? I just want to snuggle up to her. I'm in Gwyn at Bridget's Mutt Cutz, and we're going to learn how to be a dog groomer. I've got Molly here, and we also have another dog here named Pickles. You guys, Pickles is great. I cannot wait for you to meet her. But anyway, there's a lot to know when you're a dog groomer. You got to know what kind of dog you're dealing with, how to cut their hair. Some dogs need specific hairstyles, so stay with us, guys. It's going to be a great morning. Reporting live in Gwyn, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
This is going to be a lot of fun. Thank you very much. We'll catch up with you later on. You know, I think what's really cool, sometimes people take like those larger dogs and they'll cut them like lion cuts.
Oh, yeah.
And freak people out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That dog looked like the Caesar dog. You guys seen on the
yeah.
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 A model dog, yeah.
Ooh, looking good.
Yeah, pretty cute too.
Yeah. So speaking of looking good, our Brigitte's Mutt Cutz specializes in making your dog look stylish. This morning, Ansley Watson is learning how they do that. Just be careful with those scissors, okay?
Okay, I don't think we're going to be cutting any hair right now this morning, Vicki. You've got to meet Pickles, first of all. Isn't she beautiful? She's so sweet, so nice. But Bridget, thank you so much for being here. You do so much with all of these dogs, and I know you just love on them, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Little dog crazy.
Yeah. Well, obviously, Pickles here. What breed is she, first of all?
This is a Great Pyrenees.
Okay. And she's a big dog.
Yes.
It's so much different than dealing with the smaller dogs.
Absolutely. Yeah. What I like to do here too is I accommodate the bigger breeds, because main thing you want them to be comfortable. You know, so I have the bigger table, the bigger tubs, and so when they come in, they're not anxious at getting on a small table or having to lift them into a tub. They can do it all on their own.
I can only imagine that not all dogs are going to be calm and cool and collected when they come in here. How do you deal with that?
Exactly. They're, obviously they move around a lot, so you have to, experience with them and knowing, how can you make them comfortable? Do you need to give them a little more time? Sometimes having their owner here is a good idea. Majority of the time, not having them here is good. It's kind of like dropping a kid off at daycare.
Well, so when we have Pickles in here, you say that you do a blowout to her.
Yes.
Explain what that is.
Well, especially this time of year when it's gotten really warm, a lot of the dogs will have an undercoat that decides finally it's going to shed. So you're going to have those tumbleweeds kind of going throughout your home. If they can tolerate it, it is a high pressure dryer. We won't turn it on because it is very loud. And just blowing out of their coat. So honestly, this room is actually called the Blowout Room because it has the screen door. You can get a lot of air in here, but normally the hair is just going to be flying. So instead of just brushing the coat, you're actually blowing it out, blowing the water out right to their skin.
Now, dealing with their paws, I've got to say that's probably a more sensitive area.
Absolutely. Mostly on all breeds, the feet are, more sensitive. But on the larger breeds, what I like to do is to come almost like a horse and bring it to the back. So then she's more comfortable. Lean into them a little bit, give them a little bit more comfort, so they can lean on you. So, like I said, the more comfortable they are, the more comfortable, the experience is for them, the better it'll be for both of us.
Because this doesn't allow them to lay down or anything, right? They're always standing?
No, and that's why I kind of put this lead on here. If they want to lay down, then I can let them lay down. The last thing you don't want them choking. But you also want them to have a little bit of tension so they know this is where they have to stay.
For sure. What other bigger dogs, bigger breeds do you deal with?
A lot of them, Newfoundlands, St. Bernards. I'll get some Great Danes, and even some of the Shepherds. Some of the Shepherds that are bigger, will come in, and it's easy for them, just to step up here, step in the tub.
Excellent. Well, when we come back, we have a smaller dog.
Yep, Molly.
We have Molly, and we're going to see how you cut her, because it's a completely different style than this blowout that Pickles would get.
Absolutely.
Stay with us. Reporting live in Gwyn, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thank you very much, Ansley. I think that dogs were appreciating some cooler cuts the last couple of days, and they'll be that way again next week.
Welcome back. Well, Bridget's Mutt Cutz in Gwyn is a great place to give your dog a new do. Ansley Watson is learning just what it takes to be a pet groomer. How's it going, Ansley?
Well, I'm not quite a dog groomer yet, but Brigette is, and she does a great job. So right here earlier we were talking about Pickles. Pickles was a bigger dog.
The Great Pyrenees.
Much different to groom than Molly here.
Absolutely.
What breed is she?
Now, she's a Westie, West Highland Terrier. So the smaller breeds normally, put them on obviously a smaller table. And she's one of the, actually the Cutz, one of my favorite Cutz. For a Westie trim, what you're looking for, you get a nice sleek, shorter blade. Flatter the blade, this is a 10 blade, the shorter the hair is going to come. And then for her coat, she gets a nice long leg, a nice skirt, and then a nice fluffy head. But the main thing here is the blending. I guess that's where time, experience comes in. You want to make sure you can blend it in so it doesn't look like it's just cut off, but it actually flows in with the coat.
I was asking you, so you can't really cut human hair. It's much different than cutting dog hair.
Yes, much different. I've been asked before, and it's not the same. I'm definitely not a hairstylist.
But how did you learn? I guess how did they teach you? You have to just get started, right?
The main thing with the grooming is because I did go to grooming school, and it was more hands-on. There are some schools where it's mainly in a book or on online. For me, having that dog in front of you, the clippers in your hand, scissors in your hand, because the main thing is how the dog is going to act. I mean, Molly May is, like the elite.
Precious.
Exactly.
She's so sweet.
She sits here, she doesn't move, she doesn't bark, and you can pretty much do whatever you need. This isn't common. A lot of times they're moving, they're trying to lay down, they may be trying to bite you. So for Molly's special.
You said patience. If you want to be a dog groomer, you've got to have patience.
Absolutely. People ask me, the first question you think was, oh, are you an animal lover? And that's not it. You have to have patience. The last thing you want is to have a firm hand on them to where they don't trust you. They need to feel comfortable. If you can give them that comfort, then you're going to be able to give them the quality groom that, that they deserve.
What are some other dog breeds that need very specific styles to them?
My next favorite would be a Schnauzer, and it's kind of similar in the body type. The back legs are a little bit different. The face, would be totally shaved, and then the beard, that's what's common for the Schnauzer. You get your poodle trims. You can have, like your columned legs, they call them. But, that's more of a scissor cut. You have your clippers, or you're going to be doing, stuff with your thinning shears. You have a curved scissor. You're going to have more of a shank scissor, so where when you're cutting, you can get closer, and a straighter edge. So, the proper tools are always, a good thing to have as well. And, a good set of clippers.
Now, I know the paws and pads, very much difficult to cut around. Kind of show on Molly, what would you do when you're cutting hers?
Okay, for the nails, I always try to bring the foot back. Sometimes, with them sitting, it's okay. But, make sure you can see what you're cutting. And a lot of times that's going to take, scissoring up. Molly was in about 2 weeks ago, so it's not too bad. And you can still see, just a little bit of the nail that could come off. And again, she is very good, but that's all you're really going to do is, there's a quick in there, which is the vein, and there's blood that will, come to the tip, but mainly just a little bit at a time, getting that nail as sure as you can. And then what I also like to do is Dremel them. A nail file, sometimes for the dogs that can't handle it, but the Dremel is just like a file, and it'll prevent them from scratching your furniture, the other dogs. So that's always, a benefit too.
Why do you enjoy doing this? You see so many different types of dogs here. You do a great job.
Thank you. The love of the dog, I guess, and there's an art to it. I've always been, a little, artsy of a person. I've mainly started with clothing, so how I got into dog grooming, I really don't know. But that's the part of it that I love. Just the end product of, what you can make them look like.
Well, Brigette, thank you so much for showing us what you do.
Thank you for coming to Mutt Cutz.
No problem. Reporting live in Gwynn, Ansley Watson, and we'll be back with more of your TV6 Morning News after the break.